Access Bank, GTB, UBA, Zenith Bank, others send messages as federal government instructs banks to debit customers' account. They will continue to debit. You put small money in your account. Before you know it, they will deduct it and finish it. Now they are creating another form of debit now. And meanwhile, they are begging the Nigerians in diaspora to bring their money to Nigeria. Meanwhile, you bring your money to Nigeria, they will debit it. The banks in the US and the banks in the UK don't debit anyhow. The way Nigerian banks debit. We say the economy is bad. People are struggling. The ones they have worked out, you continue to cut it short. And you are not doing anything to help the economy. You collect tax, you collect all kinds of tax. It remains urinary tax to collect. Meanwhile, you can't do anything that will benefit the citizens. Now, wow. So let's get into the details. The federal government has instructed Nigerian banks to debit customers' bank account from January 31st. The debit is for old foreign currency transactions carried out by customers and will be remitted to government assets and be remitted to government. Okay? And will be remitted to government. So Access Bank, GTB, Zenith Bank, UBA, and other commercial banks have sent messages to customers to expect deductions. Can you imagine? Commercial banks have announced plans to deduct 50 naira from customers' bank accounts on January 31st. The deduction is for electronic money transfer levy, EMTL, backlog on old foreign currency transactions between 2021 and 2023. What is old foreign currency transaction? I don't understand. So foreign currency transactions that have occurred in the past. Can you imagine? So this is backlog. Now, wow. So banks to debit customers' account on foreign currency transactions. Can you imagine? Foreign currency transactions. So now you are telling Nigerians to bring their money from abroad to Nigeria because you are thinking that inflow from Nigerians in diaspora will help the economy. Now you are taxing them. You want to do more deductions. Now, I think was it not in 2022 to 2023, they were giving people bonuses, certain percentage of their money in naira if they transfer dollars or pounds from abroad to Nigeria. Okay. Now that made Nigerians to start bringing their money home and start getting some small benefit. Now they want to collect that money back because that is what I see here. They want to collect that money back. This government. Now, wow. So in a message sent to customers, the banks noted that this is in line with the directive from the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS. So why the deductions on customers' bank account? Okay, it was reported that the FIRS mandated commercial banks to deduct and remit the money. Okay, and remit the money to federal government. Can you imagine? And it is called the money is a levy on electronic money transfer on foreign currency transactions, old foreign currency transactions. So this followed the implementation of the Finance Act 2020, Section 48, and a Stamp Act 2004, Section 89A, Subsection 1, as amended, which imposes a levy known as electronic money transfer levy on recipients of any electronic receipt or transfers of 10,000 naira or above on any type of account in a deposit money bank or financial institution. So bank notices to customers. Consequently, some banks have issued a notice to their customers on the immediate deduction of the levy. So in a notice titled Important Notice, Electronic Money Transfer Levy Deduction Begin on Foreign Currency Transactions, First Bank of Nigeria announced that the deduction would start promptly and be forwarded to the FIRS in compliance with the regulatory directives. Okay. The bank said, in compliance with this directive, a deduction of 50 naira only will be applied to every foreign currency transaction with an equivalent amount of 10,000 naira and above. Access Bank, Zenith Bank, others also have sent messages to their customers. Like Access Bank said, we write to inform you of the Federal Inland Revenue Service notice to all banks in line with the Finance Act 2020 and Stamp Act 2004 to remit federal government electronic money transfer levy from foreign currency inflows. Can you imagine? So previously, the electronic money transfer levy was solely applicable to accounts receiving electronic deposits of 10,000 naira and above, but now it is spread all over now. This is terrible, I tell you the truth. So CBN activates debit orders on debtors account, other defaulters in commercial banks. So all of this is to collect money, collect. Collect. What is the government doing for the people? I don't see anything. I'm telling you, this is a very bad situation that they are putting everybody. Can't continue life like this. Yes. All right. So somebody's already making a comment here. He said, this is the height of criminality to think of deducting certain amount from customers' bank account. I remember vividly the federal government cash transfer that did not work if it worked just to some selected account. And now I hope the deduction will end at those who have benefited the federal government cash transfer. If otherwise, I will charge the federal government and the bank for fraud. I have not seen a country as Nigeria. No citizens' right benefits or benefits. All there is to depend on poor citizens instead of the other way around. It is a shame. Another person saying pure wickedness. Instead of giving to each citizens, they want to take from them. What a shame. So that is exactly, and that's how every Nigerian feel. Anyway, that's how everybody is feeling about this situation. It is just so bad that the government is collecting, and that is why people are calling Tinubu tax collector. That his own accounting he did is just to collect tax. The way he collected tax, numerous tax in Lagos State, and now he has extended the same strategy to Nigeria to collect tax. Okay, and in the midst of that collecting those tax, they are still borrowing and borrowing. They are still borrowing and borrowing. They will borrow and they will make subject innocent Nigerians to the payment of those debt for decades, and they are still collecting both locally and internationally, internally and externally. When will things get better in Nigeria? Only God will help us. So Nigerians, get ready to lose at least 15 naira for every foreign currency transaction in your account by the end of January 2024.